I'm going to try and do like an English all-day breakfast, but I'm going to incorporate it into sort of like a frittata kind of mix. I've got my button mushrooms here that I've just sort of cut in half. I've got these really nice pork and leek sausages. I've got some bacon. I've got tomatoes. I'm just going to fry them off separately in the same pan and then add like a scrambled egg mix to it. So when you fry this, obviously the thing that takes the longest will go in first and the thing that takes the shortest will go in last. So in the order, we'll do it sausage, we'll do it bacon, mushrooms, and then tomatoes. So tomatoes are done, everything's here, so let's start frying them up. Okay, so when we fry our sausages off, we just have to get a medium-high heat pan. Not too high, because what's going to happen if it's too high, it's going to be brown on the outside and then it's going to be raw in the middle. So a little bit of oil and seasoned it with salt and pepper. We just get it in a medium heat pan. So we'll just brown our sausages. We'll cook them to about halfway. We'll take them out. We'll then fry the bacon after that. And the whole point of that is to get everything cooked into one pan. We'll put it all back again, mix our scrambled egg mix in amongst it, and then just turn it on a low heat and just let it cook out. So that all the flavor is still stuck in the pan and we haven't washed the pan at all. This is sort of like a one-pot breakfast. Oh, the sausages have now browned very, very nicely all over, and they're probably about half cooked, almost 3/4. So we'll get them out without cleaning the pan. It's now time to get the bacon in. Again, low heat, so I'm just going to sort of lay them across like that. We just want them cooked. We don't want them crispy. Okay, so now the bacon's all cooked. Now we have a little bit too much oil in our frying pan. So what we're going to do, put it in a little bowl. Sausage and the bacon was medium-high heat. Now mushrooms has to be on an extremely high heat. Salt and pepper in there, and we just want to brown them. And also cook all of the liquid out of them. If we don't cook our mushrooms properly, they're going to bleed out into the scrambled eggs and it's going to make it very, very watery. Our bacon's cooked, our mushrooms cooked. Now it's time to get the tomatoes on. Again, a really nice high heat. And you can see the mushrooms are soaked up all of that oil. And it's also sort of cleaned the pan for us just a little bit. So we need just a little bit of oil in there. And that is the bacon oil we had before. So we're not wasting any flavor. We season our tomatoes.
Okay, so now all of our ingredients are fried off. Our sausages are sort of 3/4 half cooked. Our bacon's cooked. Our mushroom we sauteed in a very hot pan that was left over from the bacon fat. So the mushrooms has got loads and loads of flavor. We also sealed our tomatoes, seasoned it with salt and pepper. Now it's time to get the eggs going in it. So you're probably looking at about, for a pan that size, 6 to 8 eggs in there. One. Okay, so we've got 8 eggs in there. We're just gonna sort of give it a whisk, just to incorporate it all. At this point now is a good time to give it a good salt and pepper. We seasoned the tomatoes, we seasoned the sausages, and we also seasoned the mushrooms. So don't go crazy when you season this. Always remember what's going in before you season. And now we're just going to add some cream. And the cream is just going to give it a really nice richness. Incorporate all of the cream. Obviously with this now, I've made this before and I've put just a little bit of pesto in here. So it's like pesto, scrambled eggs with all of this in. At this point you can sort of go crazy with anything. So now it's time to sort of assemble everything. All of the hard work's done. We're just going to get a couple of knobs of butter inside here and just melt it. The pan now needs to be on a low heat. If the heat is too high, the base is going to burn before the eggs are cooked, okay? And that's a major disaster. So in that goes. While that's melting, we can now sort of assemble. So I've taken the sausages and I've cut them in half. So I'm just going to put them all over here, like so. And when you arrange this, try and get everything sort of evenly spread. So now we just get our bacon and we just sort of lay it across all down there. Now it's time for the tomatoes. And we're just going to nestle the tomatoes on top of everything pretty much. Now we're just going to pour just a little bit of the bacon oil in, and that'll help the eggs not stick. Egg and cream mixture. And what's going to happen now, all this egg and cream mixture is going to fill all of the little gaps. And when this cooks into one, we'll bake it in the oven just a little bit. We'll top it with cheddar cheese and breadcrumbs and sort of gratinate it under the grill. It'll all form one big frittata, and we'll sort of cut it out into wedges. Remember, very low heat, and just sort of keep this ticking over for about 10 to 20 minutes. All right, our breakfast frittata is now looking really, really good. It's always a good sign when you can do that around the edges. That means the base is cooked and it's only the middle part that needs to be heated up and cooked any further. You can see in the middle it's still quite liquid. Now it's time to put a grated cheese and our breadcrumbs on. We've got a really good cheddar cheese, so that will just go on top like so, and then just some breadcrumbs on top, and then just a final sprinkling of cheese just to sort of coat all of that breadcrumbs. And then I've got the salamander on. I've got it on really, really high. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this in the oven. And it'll probably take about 8 minutes until it sort of becomes nice golden brown and it's cooked, and then it's ready.